Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Appalachian Home. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can easily create sublimation designs using Cricut Design Space. These designs can be printed out with a sublimation printer and then pressed on things like t-shirts or mouse pads and mugs and tumblers and things like that. So I'm going to show you how you can easily do those in Design Space today. So I'm just going to open up a brand new document in Design Space, and I'm going to go over first on how to actually upload designs that you purchase online. So I get most of my designs from Etsy that I don't create myself. I just type in sublimation designs. If you're looking for flag designs, you can type in that, or tumbler designs, and you can type in that. So once I find a design that I like, I just purchase it, save it to my computer, and then you'll want to upload that into Design Space. Now you want to make sure and save this image as a complex image because you will want to print out all of these colors. Then you can remove any areas that you don't want, such as backgrounds or parts of the image, and after you're done with that, you can apply those changes. Now you want to go ahead and make sure and save this as a print then cut image. You're not actually going to be cutting these out, just printing them. Now you can upload this to your canvas and resize it for the print then cut area, which is 9.25 by 6.75 inches. And now you'll be ready to print this out. I'm actually going to go over how to actually print these out a little later on in the video, but this one is ready to go. So I found some designs that I really liked on Etsy, but I don't want to purchase these. I want to recreate them in Design Space. So I'm going to show you how you can do similar designs by creating your own pattern images. So now I'm going to be creating some designs for some mugs. If you have a Cricut mug press, this is a great way to do this. You want to go into projects and just type in mug, and that's going to bring up all the mug templates that Cricut has. So I'm going to be using one of these templates to create my own designs. You just want to select what size mug you're using. In this case, I want to do it on a 12-ounce mug, and then I just want to customize it. Starting out with a blank mug template you just created, you want to go into images. I want to do the lips and XOXO, so I'm going to type in lips and see what images pop up. A lot of these images are going to be free even if you don't have Cricut access. This lips here that I'm selecting is absolutely free for anybody to use. So I'm going to insert that into my canvas, and I'm going to show you some neat tricks you can do with an image to get patterns and backgrounds on plain images such as this. I liked the cheetah print that we saw on Etsy a few minutes ago, so I'm going to change this. There's two ways you can do that. First, you can go up here and change your image to a print then cut because you're not going to be cutting these out, you're going to be printing them. Once you do that, you want to go change the color, and I am going to select pattern instead of color, and that's going to bring up a whole host of patterns. You can also filter these by the color that you're looking for. I'm going to hit brown just because that may bring up some cheetah patterns. So right here is a cute little cheetah pattern. I'm going to select that. And you can see here it automatically changes the pattern that is inside of my image. You can also edit your pattern to make this larger or smaller. And then just X out to leave your pattern as you designed it. Okay, there's another way also that you can change the pattern of these lips. You can go online and look in the images until you find a pattern that you really like. You got to be careful with doing this if you're selling items because you got to watch out for copyright issues and things like that. But you can do this for personal use. Just select a cheetah pattern and save that to your computer. Then you can go back in and upload that just as we did the other image before. Insert that into your canvas. So I have this cheetah print pattern. I'm going to add that to my canvas. And then you can resize it to match closely the size of your object. Now I can move this object over my pattern. I'm going to arrange this to center front. Now you can select both of these items and hit the slice tool. And that's going to leave you a patterned image, and you can do this for any image, any size, and any shape that you want. So now to finish this off, I'm just going to add some text. I'm going to change this to a font that is already installed on my computer. I believe I got this font off of Creative Market in a font package. Next, I am going to resize it to fit my image, and then I want to go ahead and change this to a print then cut instead of a cut image. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the color to red. You can also space your letters out until it looks good or you're happy with it. Now you can duplicate the image for both sides of your mug if you're printing this out for a mug design. And I like to go ahead and attach both of them to my mat. I cannot cut the mug template out with this print and cut because it's too large. So a trick I like to do is just to add a rectangle, and I start from the red dotted line in the corner of the mug template, and I place a rectangle all the way across to the other red line corner. I then change the rectangle color to white, and then I send the rectangle to the back. And now you can get rid of this mug template and the red lines. You don't need those anymore. Now your rectangle is going to act as your size reference when you go to cut this out. It's going to cut out a shape that's going to easily fit around your mug when you go to sublimate. You also want to flatten your images to your rectangle so that print the cut does not cut around these lips and XOXO. And now you're ready to print and cut this out. You want to make sure to mirror your image whenever you're printing out for sublimation. So now I'm going to quickly show you how I do backgrounds, the ones that you see on these images like on Etsy and things like that. So they're super simple to do in Cricut Design Space. So first I go into images, and then I'm typing in brushed background, and that's going to bring up just this image of a kind of paint swash, which I really liked. This is not free, so if you can find one online, you may just want to import a free one, but I found this one in the images. So now I'm just going to add a background to this. You can do this the same way you did the lips. You can either import a pattern, or you can use a pattern already in Cricut Design Space, or you can just add a color. You can also play around with these and split them up into different patterns and different colors. So I'm just going to play around with some different designs until I like my background, and then I'm going to go back and add in the images that I actually want to create. So in this instance, I want to create a peace love coffee kind of theme, and they're very easy just to find in images, or if you have some clip art on your computer you want to use, that's good too. So now I'm going to show you what you can do with text and the offset feature. You can create really neat sublimation designs using these two features. You can see here I can change the offset that is around this text to any color. First, I'm just going to type in some text. I'm going to write the word love, and I'm using a really chunky text. This is called Adorable Font 6. I'll try to link it down below. I'm going to group in all of my letters, and then you want to change everything to print then cut. And now you just want to go in and do the same thing. You want to change the colors of your text. You can also use patterns in text as well. So I'm going to be using some pinks and reds to create this love design. So now I'm going to use the offset feature to create a border around all of this text. At the top of your screen, just select offset, and I'm going to change the thickness to 0.009 because that's what's going to work best for my design. Next, you can do the other letters the same way. Once you enter a thickness, it's going to remain the same. Now I'm just going to go in here and weld all of those offsets together. You can go to the right side of your screen and hit the shift key and select all of the offset areas and weld them together. That way you can change the pattern of these at once. Now you can arrange your offset to send to the back of your text, and I'm going to go back into my patterns while my offset is still selected. I'm just choosing this little gray beige looking pattern. I'm also getting rid of this O, and I found this troll or this little gnome in the images in Cricut Design Space. This does have an offset also, but when I imported it into my screen, this is what it looked like, just a little SVG gnome. So I added an offset the same thickness around the gnome. I'm also adding that same pattern to the gnome offset so that everything looks similar. So that is just a neat little way to create offsets and text in Design Space. If you are getting ready to print a project and you see this message, project incompatible, because your print and cut area is too large, I'm going to show you how to solve that problem. I'm going to go ahead and size my project up to the maximum allowed and then just go to make it as I normally would. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and send this to your printer, except you want to not select your regular printer. I'm going to turn off the bleed here and I'm going to go and select this option that says Microsoft to PDF. And that's going to allow me to save this as a file instead of sending it to a regular printer. Now when I go to open the file, I just have a printable document. I can change the size of my paper. I can even go in and erase this black border using the erase tool up here. And also when I go to print, I can change the size, zoom this in to whatever size I want it to be. Another option is to actually open up an Inkscape document and actually drag this PDF you just saved onto your screen, and from there you can change the paper size to whatever you want it to be. If you're using a large sublimation printer that uses 13 by 17 inch sizes of paper, you can create a page that is that big and resize your design to print on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and got some good ideas, neat tips, and tricks to help you out. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm going to get back to answering my comments tonight, so I'll get to everyone's comment if I can tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and watching all of my videos. I will see you in a couple days with a brand new video.